So today is going to be a camera comparison. So these are the 360 cameras. This 360 camera has just come out about 4 or 5 months ago. There was another version before, but we've got the Wunder 360 that's been out and it's only just come out. And this is the Wunder 360 C1 camera. Can do 4K, stitch every option you can think of. So if you want to stitch video or photos in a 360 sphere, you can do that. You can also do that with a Samsung as well. We want to compare what the options that you get in the box and the quality as well. The Samsung could do 4K and 4K pictures, or roughly 4K, whereas this is saying this can only do 3K in video format and 4K stitching photos together. So we're going to be taking a look, and obviously you can broadcast live to YouTube and Facebook, because that's the whole point. You can go with your friends and family, or if you're taking it seriously and you want to change video format up, use a 360 camera and people can look behind you, to the side of you, up above you and down below, and everything around you. So it's pretty cool. So we're just going to unbox these and get down to it. Right, so I'm going to do the little miniature unboxing here, and all the rest of the footage is going to be straight from the 360 cameras itself. But what I've noticed straight away, this one looks more of a rectangle shape, whereas this one looks more of a square shape, more flattened down. But we've already played with the Samsung 360, so we're going to do the comparison. You'll see some footage of that. Let's see what comes in this box, and then you can see it as just as much as I can. Looks like a pretty nice tidy box. What does it say? I've missed other stuff on there because it had my address on there. But focal length and aperture, so it's f0.94, f2.4. FOV is a 360 x 360. Lens numbers, it's got 2 lenses in there. Video size 3040 x 1520 at 30 frames per second, which is definitely not 4K. We're talking about ultra high definition. The other video size is 2160 times by 1080 at 60 frames per second. Obviously the aspect ratio is going to be slightly bigger and stretched, because it's trying to be more high definition but in a sphere look. Camera settings, got exposure, white balance, stitching in camera in real time, which I said. So that's pretty awesome though. Let's see how quick it is compared to the Samsung as well. Facebook, YouTube, etc. to obviously go live streaming, which is very good for 360 these days, as well as just showing your friends and family your stuff as well. Connectivity is decent internet, 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz. Micro USB 2 interface, UVC support, yes. CMOS sensor type, yes. Photo size 4096 by 2048. So nearly the highest 4K, just 2 bits out, or pixels out I should say. App is on iOS, so it works with iPhones, iPods, but it has to be, actually it won't work on an iPod, it will work on newest iPhones and newest iPads, because of all the stitching and all the power it needs. It needs quite a lot of power for the CPU and the memory for it. Battery is 100 milliamps. The weight of this is 95 grams. Dimensions is 109 times 3 times 45 times 35 mil. Memory is a micro SD card, same as the Samsung. Built-in microphone is built in here. The Samsung microphone sounds pretty awesome, so it's going to be quite hard to beat. So I'm just going to take this out of the box now and see what we get in there. And to be honest with you, it looks the freaking same, identical to the Samsung. But it's not. It's not identical. It looks identical. They squeezed it down. They squashed it down. It feels nicer in the hand to hold, but everything just looks near enough the same. So it's still got the bit where you can take, I guess you get a little handle as well. So if I get the handle out, I'm really quite surprised. This is like slightly different, only slightly different. Well packaged though, same sort of foam from the Samsung. Oh, okay, this is quite nice. So you've got user manual in here as well. So, oh, we've got a Bible. So we've got quite a thick book, and it tells you everything you need to be able to do things like restoring back to data we're restoring or resetting the back to its original form. So that's all in there. Then we should have a cable in here hopefully. So we've got a black box in here now, and it's saying it's got the cables in here. The cable looks kind of chunky. It looks like it's got a 3.5mm jack connector with a mini micro USB connector. Then we've got the plastic contents. So this cable, let's see how long this cable is. So with the Samsung, obviously you get a nice long cable and it's Type C, so it'll be able to do things faster to transfer speeds rather than the micro USB. This cable, it's not too short, it's not too bad. It's white cable, quite thick though. Got this cable here. I don't even know why we got that cable, to be honest with you. Is that cable to take off sound off of it? Let's hope it all works just as good. So we've got a little band as well. Looks exactly the same colour, not as long as the Samsung one. So if I get the Samsung one out, the difference is that they've thrown a boat in there. Not a boat, what's it called? A buoy? You know when you're sinking and you need to like have one of these wrapped around you. So it's got one of them, keeps it afloat, and this will be able to stand up on the surfaces. And this one, oh my god, this is crazy, it's absolutely nuts. So the Samsung one is fatter and shorter, whereas the Wunder 360 is taller and flatter. So they basically near enough look identical. Alright, so if I switch this around, so on the back, it has menu. On the Samsung it's got menu, but it's got menu and Bluetooth for the Samsung one. And it's got back and back, so you can turn it on. And then on the Samsung side, it hasn't got the SD card or the USB or the C connector. So you turn it around, and then it's got the Wi-Fi connector on this side and nothing on that side. On the front, both got the record button and a little miniature display. Wunder 360 on the front there, Samsung written on the back there. Serial numbers on the side there. You've got one hole at the top where you've got two LED lights to indicate it's on, and a light to indicate when it's on and it's about to die on the back. Two 1/4 inch threads on the bottom, so you can stick it to a tripod and have it anywhere and record. So let's just test these out. Let's see how great they are. So first off, I'm going to test the Wunder 360 because this is what it's about. And we're going to turn it on. It says hello, and it's got a lovely little charm to it. Now I'm going to get the Wunder 360 app up on my phone. So this says no SD card in there, battery's quite low, wants to connect to Wi-Fi, and it's got a battery indicator on there as well. So what we'll do is we'll connect it to this and see if it works through here. As the Samsung can work with the SD card in my phone or the SD card in the actual camera itself. It's got a nice little app, very small. It will ask me, allow Wunder 360 to access photos and media files on the device. So I clicked yes. So what you have to do, you go into the manual and then you've got to go and search for the serial number, what it is. It's not going to be under Wunder 360. It's going to be under Pano, under Wi-Fi settings, and then you type in the code, which will be 12345678. Couldn't find it, they had to search through the manual, so I'll leave it in the link in the description down below if you buy and purchase one of these. I haven't got that much battery left in there because I didn't charge it because it's unboxed and see how much battery it's got. It looks pretty good, it's saying it's connected, so let's go into the app and let's see how it works. Connect to internet. So let's download. So I'm just using the internet in the forest somewhere. But so far it does feel pretty nice in the hand. I don't think it's going to be very stable or standing, but the main thing I really want to see is it actually working. It is a little bit, it's warm but not super hot or anything like that, but you can definitely feel that it's working. The Samsung 360 does that as well. Right, so it's updated, I've just got to install it now. Download complete, connect to the CY to finish, so I'll go back onto Wi-Fi, install, connected, transferring file to camera, Firmware transferring into camera, do not turn down. The camera is shutting down, please reboot, I know. So that noise is to say that it's rebooting. Sounds like an old school Casio watch from back in the day with a deep deep deep. The Samsung's got a little bit more of like a Skype noise, a bit digital. Sounds really nice. But anyways, updating. So this is version 2.1.5.5. Says hello with a bleep. Camera's registering the card. It's ready to go. Connect the camera. Oh, camera's connected. Right, so camera's connected. A little bit of a kerfuffle there. No files at the moment. So let's get this camera rolling. See what it can do. So in the settings, we have camera status with the Wi-Fi, serial number, storage 27 gig. You can format SD card in here or restore factory settings in here. You can go to Wi-Fi settings, do your Wi-Fi band from 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz, and your Wi-Fi security and password, you can do that in there. Auto on and off with the actual camera itself. You've got different languages on here, account management as well, so YouTube account and Facebook account. When you put your account, you can authorize it and have it go in. Clean cache, if you want to make sure that there's nothing slowing down the actual camera, making it laggy. Firmware update, you can click on that and update it. App update, it tells you, and about a Wunder 360 as well, about us. It's got a slight little bit of lag, but not too much. When you've actually got the camera rolling, everything looks really laggy, whereas the Samsung, it doesn't lag at all. Sounds not as great, but let's continue. So not a bad little bit of time lapse on there. It's not too bad. It looks more like a GoPro that is sped up, but not as great quality. The camera is starting to get a little bit warm in the hand. Let's see what else it can do. So by the looks of it, it looks more like 1920 by 1080 resolution with scuff. So it's like it's streaming and it's scuffing with the actual footage. It doesn't look as clean and clear. Now I've only been looking at this on my phone. It might be better on the actual computer, but I want to have a look on it. But for the time being, it is not that great with 360. We're outside, so we've got plenty of light, but it just feels that it needs more updating and it needs to be done more. It works really well, but it's hard to set up. It's much harder to set up to the Samsung 360, and it is warm in the hand, but you can still get the 360 atmosphere as well. So technically, if someone was starting out in 360 and was okay with the resolution and what I'm showing you, then I would say, yeah, go ahead. But other than that, I would probably look for something else. But I know Wunder 360 are going to be bringing out another camera, but it's just the fact that it was so hard to set up. You had to go in the manual to find where the password was. You have to use an SD card. You can't use the SD card in your phone like the Samsung can. It doesn't have anywhere to stand, and it runs on micro USB rather than Type-C. And it's 2018. It's just when you press the menu as well, everything just sounds a little bit off. But other than that, it does work, but it doesn't work well. So ask me any questions you want, but I'm going to leave a load of footage at the end showing you what I've been doing in the forest and stuff, and then you can play around with it and see what it's like. Doesn't take too long to stitch in the actual camera as well, so that's not really a bad point. Don't really know how long the battery lasts for, but it's on 1 bar and I've been doing this whole video for, so it must be pretty good. Just runs a little bit hot for my liking. So if you like this video and you thought it was helpful, I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to buy this. Subscribe if you're new, and share, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.